Mini episode 1534 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge Mini episode 1534, our review of the Freevee program Sprung. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our spoiler-free top 5 notes of interest about this comedy anthology. Number 5, it's a creative reunion of showrunner Greg Garcia with his lead actors Garrett Dillahunt and Martha Plimpton from the Fox sitcom Raising Hope. It is also very, very reminiscent stylistically of another of Garcia's sitcoms, My Name is Earl. For example, the plethora of musical montages alone would stamp this as a Garcia project through and through. With Dillahunt in the lead role here, he animates the protagonist with his trademark thoughtfulness and extreme professionalism, setting the tone for an amazing program that balances comedy with high-stakes drama and melds a very talented cast to tremendous production and direction. Number 4, although it's set less than 3 years ago, it's a full-blown period piece from that spring of 2020 that none of us will ever forget. Dillahunt plays a convict named Jack, a mild-mannered man who was sentenced to 30 years in 1994 on a mandatory minimum when he was busted for dealing weed. He, his cellmate Rooster, and his kinda but not really prison girlfriend Gloria are sprung, hence the show's name of course, when the COVID-19 pandemic necessitates the freeing of prisoners not deemed an immediate menace to society. The three are taken in by Rooster's overbearing mom, played by Plimpton, the tackiest woman alive, and a small-time grifter who dreams of forming a real crime crew with her new housemates. Number 3, the fish-out-of-water elements that Jack, Rooster, and Gloria face are exacerbated by the pandemic and rejoining a world with so many restrictions and so little toilet paper and other essentials. This is especially true of Jack, a man who spent the entirety of his post-high school years behind bars, and his puzzlement at so many 21st century innovations is both moving and hilarious in equal measure. Number 2, the heart of the show in every way, Jack reluctantly goes along with the crime crew scenario, but insists on only targeting bad guys, which jacks up the danger level, and he finds creative ways to help those suffering during the pandemic with the money that he makes. All the while, Jack is reconnecting over Zoom with his long-lost parents, telling them the white lie that he has turned his life around while working to eventually escape crime and make it so, while dealing with the sexual tension with Gloria, a high-end grifter who feels betrayed by the false portrait of himself that Jack painted in prison. Meanwhile, Rooster, who was hopelessly warped by Barb into the worst kind of mama's boy, lusts after his stripper ex-girlfriend Wiggles, who Barb had run off, and plots to break up her and her new criminal boyfriend. Barb herself appears to be targeted in a catfishing operation which causes her trouble along the way. Additionally, the crew is learning more and more about a major local figure that they plan to target for the score that could provide them all financial security. Jack is actually key to all of the various schemes, as dozens and dozens of criminals grew to like him and confided in him in prison about various aspects of their trade, and the flashbacks of those lessons that are shown are always vital to the resolution of their efforts. Number 1, Sprung is a very entertaining show that makes you laugh and keeps you on the edge of your seat as the characters bumble into countless tough situations. It was a tremendous investment by Amazon to help build out the free end of their streaming service, and the ads are not intrusive. And it's a wonderful showcase for Garrett Dillahunt, one of our favorite actors, in a role that lets him shine with all of the comedy and drama that he can produce. We couldn't recommend this program more highly. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.